The person who you may think is so far ahead of you has nothing uncommon about them that's like different to you. They just started before you did and stuck to it. It's good chat.
How you
doing?
Bro?
We're back again.
Last time Darcy was here with me, he did 15K 30 days. This time it's 46K in 30 days. Absolutely scaled.
Let's go.
Like crazy. He showed to me that he can be consistent. He listened to everything, put it into action, and look where we're at now. We're at some crazy Airbnb in the forest. I mean, it's beautiful. We're both printing.
Life's good, can't complain.
Yeah, we're living the dream. So, what do you think's changed for you since, building that consistency from 15K in 30 days to 46K? What's changed?
I mean, like the biggest things, probably content, getting better at content, and more importantly, hopping on a product and building a brand that just converts way better than like any other product that I've ran.
Yeah.
And well, most of that is tied into how good my content has been and how much it's improved, how good the targeting is as well. Probably most important, because that's like why it converts so well. In summary, a higher converting product and store, and just getting better at content.
I think focusing on the conversion rate rather than the views or the next winning product. It's like focusing on how valuable is a customer to you, how valuable is each view you're getting.
Right? So, of course.
Like, what is your goal when you're posting a video? How many views are you kind of expecting? Are you expecting to like blow up, or what's your intention behind each video?
Well, I guess every video you make doesn't necessarily need to go mega viral. Because you can go viral and your content goes to some like third world country, when it starts going like mega viral. I wouldn't say I have a goal to like, of amount of viewers to get each video, but the goal is to be hitting the right audience directly, which is like my target market, which I believe like my current brand does pretty well.
Yeah, so shifting that mindset from, how many views can we get to, can we target our ideal customer profile?
Yeah, and like how well we can do that, right?
Yeah, perfectly. Because then getting 50K views would be more valuable than getting 1 million views
to the wrong
audience.
people.
And that's what a lot of these like pump and dump style dropshippers are doing. They're like 20 million views, but maybe
it's going nowhere.
Yeah, it's going nowhere. Maybe 2K in sales. It's like, oh, nice, you hit a 2K day, but you got 20 million views. Imagine if you got 20 million views, perfect ideal customer profile.
Yeah,
you can make $1 million.
Yeah. It's like some formats of like voiceover type contents. They're not like, it's harder for them to go viral, but 20K views on that type of video is probably just as valuable as 1 million views on like a LARP style video that's like a short, not much value.
So what would you say is the key factor that went into you going from 5K to 15K, then up to 30K, and now 50K within just a couple months from being at 15K?
Yeah. I'd say like the first couple of months, or, when you're doing like 0 to 5K a month, you're really just like shooting blindly in the dark, especially like when you're burner scrolling and you're seeing other creators and other brands that are just posting like shitty dropshipping methods that, when you're beginning, you don't know that they're not optimal. Like I wouldn't have known without James that you shouldn't be doing that. But when you're just like consciously scrolling and you're seeing every other dropshipper doing like 3-2-1 method and AI stitch clips and, black hat methods, prototype methods, you think that's the norm. So, you're going to test it because you see other people doing it. You think it's working. You think that's the source. And yeah, like as I said, I wouldn't have known that that's not the method if it weren't for you. So that's like, the 0 to 5K month. Had to stop doing that. Had to cut that out and like actually focus on getting better at content to scale from 5K to 10K plus 15K months. They were probably like the biggest things, right?
Yeah, from 5 to 15 was getting rid of all the like BS.
Just doing shit all that content formats.
Copying what every other dropshipper is doing.
Yeah.
And then I'd say 15 to 50K is like scaling, delegations. What would you say made that difference there, 15 to 50K?
Content, like just really dialing in on content was probably like the jump from like 15 to 30K. And, you know, I mean...
And what does that mean? Like, how can they go from being
I'll
this burner
explain it.
slop content to like...
all right, so what I do is study actual brands' content, not dropshippers. You don't want to look at dropshippers' content. You want to be really creative on how you get your ideation as well. Even, you know, when you're consciously scrolling and you see a cool video, I can't really think of an example, but grabbing ideas from things that could be completely unrelated to your product, but, you know, you see something cool on your feed. I don't know the best way to explain that, but getting ideas from brands and random content and being creative, using your brain a little bit instead of trying to just copy.
Yeah, break apart the creative into text or audio, this, that. So then when you're getting inspiration, it's not just you're like taking the video in as a whole. You can use this little thing from this video that might not be completely related to your product, but you can utilize it somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Using references in the niche, really dialing in on niche, like targeting, you know, targeting your ideal customer profile really well. That was the biggest thing that changed for me, going from 15 to 30 to 50K months.
Yeah. And how are you able to like maintain?
Because no, you're good. The reason being was my conversion rate fucking skyrocketed when I got really good at targeting and content. Like ridiculous. I've had days where my store converts at 10%. 10%
Which is
CVR.
Unheard of in organic.
And it's like not just a one-off thing, just random, got lucky. Like there's been multiple days where it's like over 7% conversion rate.
Yeah.
And it's what it comes down to is just like really fucking good targeting, hitting the exact customer profile that I am targeting, right?
And how, like now that you're at that, you know, almost 50K mark, how are you like maintaining that and continuing to build that branded feel with your brand? Like, was it reviews? Was it like the Shopify? Was it your store? Was there like other stuff like that like pushed your brand further than just being a dropshipping store?
Yeah. I've been focusing a lot on, you know, making my store actual branded and moving my brand in the direction of something long term, like, you know, custom products, custom packaging, everything, thank you cards, but also making the store a lot more real, right? Not dropshippy at all. Like I have a lot of real reviews on my store from my community because the brand I'm building is like a community. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of real reviews now that are like fit the aesthetic perfectly on the store. Added like custom liquids with like sliders of photo reviews and stuff. UGC as well is pretty good.
100%.
And yeah, like the biggest focus for me right now to, you know, make it long term, not like just a temporary pump and dump. Just really focusing on making it a real brand, not just another drop shipping store. Like you don't want people to come across your shit and just think, oh yeah, it's just another drop shipping store. You want it to feel like a real brand or community.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think that's what a lot of dropshippers, that's what dropshipping is perceived as, this making quick bag, pump and dump style, like quick money. But I think they don't realize there is actually longevity with organic.
100%.
People want to run into, run up a fat bag, jump into paid ads and think that's like the end goal, paid ads. But they don't realize you can be consistent with organic and probably make more with paid ads, especially because with paid ads, you see these crazy numbers, you know, but 99% of it is chucked into your ads, right? Whereas with organic, the margin is way bigger. So yeah, our months are less, but we're actually making more profit at the end of the day. And you can run it up consistently if you get good at the skill, if you're skill orientated
100%.
with your mindset, and you actually learn how to make good content rather than copying, and you have that branded approach. Yeah, so people just want that quick money, and yeah, it's a temporary mindset, whereas I would say the goal is longevity. Like if you come into organic with a temporary mindset, everything you build is going to be temporary. But if you come in thinking, I want to create something real, I want to create a community, I want longevity, I want to be proud of something, that's what you want to create. And yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to take months and months. It's not going to be like, you know, you start organic, next month you're printing, which is possible. You can just...
In saying that, like I was always taught something that takes a long time to build is a skill worth learning, right? Anything that comes to you overnight is not something worth it.
Yeah, I think if you
And,
get rich in 10 days, you can lose it in like 10 days. But if it takes you years to get rich, that's how long it's going to take to lose that skill that you've built to get rich.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm
It's like, I think in the last episode that we did, there was something mentioned about like winning the lottery or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like, would you rather like win the lottery or fucking build a business for X amount of years? And it's like, what the fuck do you learn and take away from winning the lottery and getting rich overnight? Whole lot of fucking nothing, bro, you know?
Yeah, that's true. So I want to go over everything that changed in the process, because people see you went from 15K to 50K and they just assume it was like one big change, something happened overnight. But the way I look at it and the way I think you would look at it would be like, there was probably 5 phases that you went through, and each phase you were learning one new skill, and every time you learned that skill you'd be like, holy crap, like that's like revolutionary, I didn't know that. And then all these phases would compound, and that's how you built this 50K per month consistent brand. And you can replicate that skill over and over again. I would say that phase 1 for you was understanding the organic ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So last time we talked, you were hopping on a new product. What did your day-to-day look like at that point in time, and what were you reliant on for making money?
Mainly like going fucking mass viral, bro. Like,
just
solely relying on videos performing really well, which in organic you can't guarantee every single video to go viral anyway. But yeah, day-to-day life, I was sort of just doing like the bare minimum, you know, thinking that just getting 2 videos out for that account on a day-to-day basis was like a productive day. Yeah. When, you know, like that was like 15K a month. Thinking that's good when like there's so much more that you can be doing with your time. That's sort of what it looked like. And yeah, like as I said, relying on going viral, which isn't like, there's products that you don't need that. You don't need to go viral. I think on top of that, it's not just about like going mega viral, but also like structuring your Instagram account and your accounts in general, and giving them a branded feel, you know, building a nice organic ecosystem, like examples being, say, setting up highlights that are nice and easy to navigate, and let's say even pinned carousel posts on your page, just to give people a little bit more information about your brand, about your products that you sell, why you're doing it, even highlights being like some FAQs, contact information, reviews, all that sort of stuff makes your page just look a lot more, give it a much better branded feel than, you know, just having none of that, you know?
Yeah, build that trust, and really like you have to think about what the customer is going to be doing when they're interacting with your product online. They're going to click on your profile. What do they want to see? They want to see carousels explaining what the product is, what does it do?
Yeah, or even just questions that they want answered.
Exactly,
you know?
Put them in the highlights.
Yeah.
Put your reviews there, real reviews. Like you have to CTA your customers to give you reviews so that you can like repost that on your stories. And that just builds crazy trust within a brand. And that's how you kind of take it to that next level. I'd say phase 2 for Darcy was beginning to build that brand behind your product.
Yeah, 100%.
When did you start treating it as a consistent business model, a branded approach, rather than just having this pump and dump view of organic dropshipping?
Yeah, well, honestly, I wouldn't have even known if it weren't for like the Discord community that James has built, because there's other creators in there who, you know, are going about it this way, building an actual branded store, something that they're in for long term, not just a short term, pump and dump store. Like the average dropshipper would. Like that's the average way a dropshipper would go about it. Like as I said, I wouldn't have even known about this way of doing it if it weren't for the community, because, you know, I can talk to multiple other creators who are pretty much on the same mission as me, but, you know, seeing their branded stores and, you know, their accounts that are just have a much better branded feel rather than the average dropshipping products account. Definitely made a big impact on like inspiration.
And it's good being around people that have that experience, because
for sure.
You're not going to reach these bottlenecks with your process, with your progress.
Everything really, because like any question that I had, there's always going to be someone there to talk to who has either been through what I've
Yeah.
what I'm currently struggling with, or, you know.
Know someone who knows someone
Yeah.
who has been through that as well.
Yeah.
There's always like, I mean, when you have those connections, it makes things so much easier because
and
always someone to rely
it's good to have people around you who are ahead of you as well, because most likely like they've gone through what you're struggling with right now, and you know, they can help you solve it.
And since like you've joined the community and you now understand building a real brand, what changed like with your conversion rate on your store? Because I think that's what we focus on. What's changed with your conversion rate, and how's that like just transformed your business?
Bro, fucking everything changed. Like, you know, as I said previously, I had days where my store is converted at 10%, and that's solely from like focusing on becoming and building a real brand, and obviously the targeting as well, dialing in the targeting for, you know, directly hitting the ideal customer profile that I want to be targeting. And that's not just like a one-off lucky day, right? I've had multiple days over 7% conversion rate. So like fuck all sessions, stores printing, and I don't think I would have been able to achieve that without, you know, seeing other branded stores and how they operate and how they go about things, and getting inspiration from that.
I think the branded approach is like the conversion rate you can actually achieve with a branded approach. People don't even think it's real because nobody's actually doing it, right? Like apart from the people who don't talk about it, and we're finally talking about it, like creating a real brand behind organic is going to make your store convert way better, because prior to like this branded approach, everyone's running pump and dump products. The only
and it's
way,
like low quality, low perceived value products.
It's just this same rinse and repeat content. It might go mass viral, but it's going to target terribly. It's not going to convert well. But if we come in with this branded approach, we can convert highly. Previously, the only way you can convert this high is by doing stitch clip, probably guilt tripping people into buying your product, and that's how we convert high, right? We do these goth girl stitch clips.
Just
black
hat
my dying business. Black hat.
AI stitch clips.
AI, exactly. It's all just like, it converts high, but it's just unethical, right? But now there is an approach we can take. It's ethical. We can build something real with longevity, and it can convert high.
And it's something that you will be very proud of as well. And
that's
you know, you want to build a brand that's like that. You know, when people ask you what you do with your life, you're talking to a new person. It's like you don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm just a drop shipper, and they ask you what you're actually selling, and it's like, oh fuck, like, you know, some bullshit that you don't even want to talk about.
That's like my first winning product, the crochet flowers. You know, I was like, it was unethical content, and that's why I cut it off, because I'm like, I was sick of talking to people about it. I knew it's not what I wanted long term, so you know, I cut it off, run it back, learned the actual skill, and now consistent months with good products that I can actually talk to people about. And it's something I've built.
No, it's so good. Like when someone asks you what you do, and then you show them like your brands and shit that you're building, they're like, "Oh no way, that's sick!" Like it's just so much better than like, you know, you're doing some black hat bullshit, bro.
For sure.
That like you're almost ashamed to tell people about that you're doing it, because it's fucking embarrassing, bro.
That's so true, bro. I'd say then phase 3 for Darcy would be like learning original concepts, learning to be creative with our content. Like we said before, using that niche inspiration and dialing that into our own content, but really just understanding what makes good content and being creative and unique.
And you can't get there without learning what's good and what's bad in phase 1.
100%. What would you say is like the biggest change with creating new content that's happened for you?
Well, mainly learning from what you preach and what you teach, right? Because it's completely different to what everyone else teaches. And it's worked really well for me, and as well as other people in the community. It's really just mostly about the ecosystem and how you go about building your brand that I think a lot of people overlook. And like I said before, without the community, I sort of wouldn't have known that that's a option and way to go about it.
I think the way I like to put it is like we try to build the knowledge of people from the ground up. Whereas like this book I was reading once, it said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it says, people are too busy trying to build the skyscraper when they haven't yet built the foundation, right? And then what happens? They build their skyscraper so high, aka they go viral, they do the pump and dump method, they make a bunch of money. They have no longevity, right? It's just going to topple over. Whereas I treat it as you got to learn the foundation first. So when you start building, it's going to be slow. But once you build up to those big months, you're going to stay there, right? You've got consistency. You have a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I really preach. So I think that's so important.
And knowing what you need to do when you get there as well, and having people who have gone from, where you are to scaling past, say, 50, 100K months. They know what to do and how to scale from X to Y, right? So being around people like that does play a big 100%. Part too. And of course, you as well, you know how to help someone not stay stagnant once they get to, like, say 30, 50K a month.
Keep
pushing. Because
keep
there's like a stereotype of, like, a lot of people get stuck at, like, that 30K month mark. So, being around people who have obviously broken through that is pretty crucial too. Worth mentioning that as well. I think another thing too that's worth mentioning is being around people that are doing much better sort of makes you never be comfortable, right? Like, even doing like 50K a month, like, yes, it's good, and I can be humble about it and try and make it like not that big of a deal. Because, like, I do mentally, because I know, like, there's so much more out there and I'm capable of so much more, just because there's guys out there that are doing, like, fucking way better than that. Which in reality, like, it is life-changing money, but humbly, like, it ain't shit. Like, there's motherfuckers doing 10K days, 50K days. If you put there's so many levels to the game, bro, and you just can't sort of be like, oh, fuck, I've made it when you do, like, your first, I don't know, fucking 50, 100K a month, whatever. Like...
That's what people
humbly, like, it really ain't shit, bro.
People run up 20K a month and go fucking buy a car.
Like, go to Bali.
Just travel. But it's like, you haven't got nothing. Like, once you spend that money, you're going to come back home.
What the fuck do I do?
Your pump and dump product's dead. You got to run it, start at fucking phase one again. I mean, it's not the method. I think going into phase 4 is, like, targeting your niche, your ICP,
100%.
Rather than targeting burners, right? And this is something that most dropshippers don't even realize they're doing. What would you say change? And, like, how have you gone from targeting burners to now targeting your ICP? And what does that even mean? Like, people don't even realize what that means as a whole.
Well, like, targeting burners, a lot of people are doing it without realizing by just getting content ideas from their burner page when they're burner scrolling, which, like, logically, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You are seeing this product on your burner and this type of content. Do you not just think, like, obviously it's going to other burners as well? Like, why the fuck would you want to replicate that?
Why would you copy the 3-2-1 method? Like,
So breaking out of that cycle completely as a whole, niche research is a good way to start. Doing a lot of niche research, it comes down to, like, songs, hooks and videos ideas from popular videos in the niche that even if they're not dropshippy at all, or not product type videos, like, just getting ideation from niched or videos in the niche, right? That's probably, like, the first step to start.
Right? It seems so straightforward and simple. Like, now that we know, it seems like such an easy concept, right? If you're seeing a product on your burner, everyone else is going to be seeing it on their burner. So why would you run that product? But people say, no, I'm going to run the product. So they run the product and they copy the same concept they saw in their burner. So where's their content going to target? A burner page. And then it's just this big cycle of them running burner products. It's going to other burners and they're stuck in this loop. But like you said, breaking out of that loop with niche research. And what happens when you do that? Your views you're not going to be getting 20 million view videos, but you're going to be getting 200,000 views. And it's going straight to the customer, right?
The people you want to see it, not other burners, right?
Yeah, so our views might not be as high, but, the amount of money we're making, our revenue is going to be going up because our conversion rate is way higher and we have a real brand.
And the average, like, value of one viewer is, like, much better
100%,
than some burner.
I would say the last phase that got you from 15 to 50K and now staying at a consistent 50K a month is, like, delegations, teams, consistency, and, like, building a group of people around you that are going to work for you, but also love to work for you. So what would you say, who have you hired who have you got on your team that's making it easier for you to maintain these months?
Yeah, of course. I'd say at first, like the first thing that you should outsource is your emails, bro. Fuck, like spending your time doing that, bro. You're a business owner, like you don't got time for that bullshit. And it just pisses me off as well. Like email, like when you, I don't know, just dealing with customers, bro. Like it just 100%. If you're spikes your cortisol, bro. Like
spending so much time doing that, you could be doing a lot better things.
Time and energy. So get a customer support VA onto that shit ASAP. That's what I did. And then secondly, private suppliers, which I wouldn't have had access to without James and the community. Because, you know, some other people out there use like third-party platforms like Teamdrop or some bullshit. But I haven't really heard good things about that. And I've personally never had a problem with the private suppliers I've had access to, and I've built good relationships with them as well over time. Next, I'd say like a creator probably is good, because, you know, outsourcing content, which is like probably the most time consuming thing, or one of the most time consuming tasks that you need to complete on a day-to-day basis. So outsourcing that is good, but it's not just the content, because they're also managing your Instagram account. They're replying to comments, making story posts, replying to DMs, all of that sort of stuff. So it's good to have someone taking care of all of that. But also, like, it's pretty good the way that James has advised me to teach creators to actually learn the skill of content, and not just make money for you, but learn the skill themselves, so then they can emulate it.
100%.
And, you know, it's like a win-win situation for both parties. Because you're not just teaching them how to get good at content just for your products, like you're actively giving them advice on, you know, giving them advice and helping them grow their skill sets.
I think when it's a win-win for both parties, that's when real business happens. That's when everyone's winning, everyone's happy, everyone's motivated. So focusing on teaching the creator how to actually make good content. But same goes for your supplier, same goes for your customer support VA. If you're not treating them nicely, if you're not paying them well, they're not going to be motivated, right? So if you're not making sales with your supplier, don't be begging for a discount, right? You have to prove to them that you're worthy of getting a discount. Like, yes, you can negotiate, but you don't have leverage when you aren't making sales, right? Same goes for your customer support VA. If you aren't creating guides for them, helping them at first understand how they need to respond to the customers, they're not going to be wanting to work with you long term, because they have no clue what's going on in the business. But if you set up these guides for them, Google Docs, to help them figure out how to treat the customers in your brand's tone, then they're going to be way happier, and your brand's going to be way better off in the long run. It's definitely building that two-way relationship with your team. So you actually create a team of people that's going to drive consistency within your brand. It's going to take a massive weight off your shoulders, because like you said, who wants to be replying to 50 customer emails like every single day, right? So you've watched people do 50K months and then next month drop off the face of the earth. Why hasn't that happened to you?
I mean, to be honest, I think like I said before about not getting comfortable when hitting these like what you think are big numbers, when in the grand scheme of things, like it's not really like that crazy. So, you know, definitely having people around me that are doing much better, and just not getting too like comfortable and stagnant, thinking like, oh yeah, fuck, I made 50K this month, I've made it. Like I can just pull my feet up and fucking chill.
Got to think about the long term goal.
Right. And also that I did mention this in the last interview that we did. The first product that I had success with, I was doing like maybe 5K a month-ish with that. And I thought like, oh yeah, I'm chilling, like doing minimal work, and still making like 5K a month. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm chilling, like life is peak, right? Then shit just went fucking... So having experience doing that, like I knew that's not the way to go about it. And, you know, you should be going the absolute hardest when you have motion, and when your stores are printing, like that's when you should be going the fucking hardest. That's not the time to have days off and start slacking.
Was there
just knowing that can happen if you do slack off. Like I did not want to make that happen again. So I was just like, I've just been motivated as ever.
Was there a point where you were like almost gonna give up on e-com and just like jump into some other business model, or did you ever think about choosing another business model? Like,
Nah, fuck no.
no?
Now, to be honest, because of like your support and your
Yeah,
guidance, I just knew like I would
Yeah.
never fail. I could never fail, and complete belief in myself that I can do it. Because
mean,
obviously you've done it.
Yeah. Like I said, like I always say to you, like the success is guaranteed. It's just a matter of time until you succeed, right? Like no matter if it's 1 month, 5 months, a year, like it's gonna work out if you just don't give up. That's the only time people fail is when they give up. So yeah, I think that's the reason like you didn't really think about going down another
failure.
route. Yeah.
Just never having doubt in myself, really.
100%. What's one piece of advice that you would tell your past self before you started that would help you out so much in the beginning?
The biggest thing is just starting, right? Like that's not procrastinating your starting point, because the longer you sit around waiting, like the more time you're just wasting. On top of that, that the person who you may think is so far ahead of you has nothing uncommon about them that's like different to you. They just started before you did and stuck to it.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
the person who is making 7 figures plus a year is not much different to you at all. They, like, you might think they're at the top of this mountain and you're just like down here just starting, but realistically, like, they also started down here. They just had to get the ball rolling,
do the thing, bro.
actually do the thing, and stick to it without changing business models or getting shiny object syndrome, just sticking to the one thing
100%.
and scaling that thing. Now they're up here, but they also started here. So realizing that, and that anyone can really do this shit if you stick to it and
100%.
have like consistently with the intentions of getting better and improving every day, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you're the living proof of that, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
So everything me and Darcy have talked about building a real community, a real brand, is what my entire community is about. That's what everything we talk about in the Discord is about. That's what all the free resources and everything all the work I've put into this Discord to build out a community of people who want to build longevity, want to build a real brand that they're proud of. And that's what I'm preaching, because I want to build a group of people who aren't just, pump and dumping, making quick money and then, falling off the next month. That's why I've given all the resources, and we host these weekly calls in the community for completely free, so that I can build a community of people who are like-minded and we can all just grow together. So if that's something you're looking for, a community of people who are like-minded, I've put the community link in the description to the Discord, so you guys can join, get all the resources for free. I'll see you guys in the calls weekly so we can all grow together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.
See you on the next one. Peace out.